Hello everyone and welcome in a new video. In this video, we are going to witness a new strategy that involves baiting with objectives to win losing games. Enjoy. We start with the usual. I went for a full clear this game. I tried to trap for the scuttle crab, but sadly my mid laner wasn't in a good position, and for some reason in this ELO, laners don't react when needed. The moment I was Kha'Zix ganking top lane, it was a perfect counter gank. I was planning to dive Xerath, but I saw a better opportunity. When you counter gank, you should always take out first the target with more resources. I wanted to give the second kill to my top laner, but unlucky I guess. Once I took heralds, it was time to get as much gold as possible. My bot lane in this game were playing in a weird way. They want a gank but they don't follow up or set up for it. In this case, you should clear vision in the back bush and wait for the enemy to gank. Players like this always give me a bad feeling about what will happen in the late game. Against 3 enemies, Pyke hooked the one with mobility. Jhin didn't initiate with his ultimate. Based on his playstyle, he isn't a leading carry. And my error was knowing all this. I shouldn't have ganked this lane in the first place. For me, this game was a disaster. But there is always hope. That is why we take the teleport. I died so many times in the bot side, but luckily my investment in the top lane was a success. He managed to take an inhibitor due to that. My win condition is revolving around Sion, and I should do anything to enable him to play freely. I gave up on the Baron so that I go for ending the game with Sion. As you can see in the minimap, Jhin was playing on autopilot mode. Katarina, on the other hand, should have died for the cause, but almost managed to close the game. Fear not, there is always a second time. On my part, I was playing the objective game. They take one, we counter with another. When you feel trapped in a game, one rule of thumb is that you should stop dying for no reason, and if you do, make it count. In this situation, Sion died for the tower, and for that we managed to take a Drake. We were losing by a lot of gold and the enemy was moving as one unit. Kha'Zix was playing really good this game. The only effective method that I can do is to stand on top of my carry to counter his passive. Here is where all was revealed. Sion got trapped, and the correct play was to give inhibitor and wait for him. But this Pyke said no, not at all. We fight and we die for nothing. I had some hope in Katarina, but when your carry don't have enough gold, the team fight comes always short. Yes, Pyke died once again. This was already taking into consideration. To win this game I should ignore anything irrelevant. If isn't about taking the Nexus, I shouldn't do it or think about it. Sion was winning the 1v1 for a while now. But, as the game progresses, it will be hard to duel against an anti-tank. That is why I need to shadow him and make up for the difference. Sadly, we didn't take the inhibitor. But, if it doesn't work, you should just try again, and again, and again. Until something changes and you will start seeing results. Here, the enemy went for Baron. Katarina, on the other hand, understood what is going on. Finally, some progress. This should enable us to close the game in the next 5 minutes. Thank God, someone on the enemy team made a mistake. I got tired that all the mistakes in this game were happening on our end. Here, I had an epiphany. I wanted that Sion would ultimate directly into their tower and put a ward so that I can teleport and crash it. But, sadly, he got trapped. The enemy is now chasing him and we need to apply some pressure to even out the playing field.
I taste and over blood. All will crumble.
Feathers fly!
I am the storm.
This was a great chance to end the game, but unlucky, I guess. The enemy plan was to go whenever Sion is and push that lane. But, sadly for them, it backfired. You should never give up if you know that your plan will work eventually. The enemy went full ape on the split push Sion, but forget that the jungler is also waiting for you to do that. We won, but at what cost? It took my bot lane 40 minutes to understand what is going on.
Battle boils the blood. Graystrom consume you.
This is it for today's video, and see you guys in the next one.